So welcome back to another episode of An Interview With. Today, I have my good friend, Snapdaxx.
Howdy.
So, how's it going? How's it
It's
been?
going. It's been
Yeah?
just I don't know, getting back in the groove of things. Yeah, on the online scene. I've been super caught up with life and work and everything like that. I feel like it's been a super long break of actually being able to get on and talk to people and play some games, but it's nice.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like you've been working a lot. So I ask everyone at the beginning of my interviews, it's not so much an issue now, but I still like to know. So COVID, right? How did that affect you and your work?
So I kind of switched jobs in between it. So for the most part, the job I was at when it was like in the, I guess, epicenter of the whole thing, um, it was okay. I mean, we did at the time kind of just everything at the door. So people would like order things online, and then you'd go to the door, and they would just pick it up. It was pretty easy,
Okay.
honestly. You didn't have anything super serious in that. And then kind of towards the end of it, once things started opening back up, I switched jobs, and it never really was a thing after that.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I know with my job, we had a lot of curbside pickup.
Yeah.
Curbside pickup. And then we also implemented like a storage locker where similar to like, I know some Amazon centers have it. A lot of companies actually switched to it where if you had the app, great, I'm ordering it. I want it from this store. I'm locker A7. So you go to the store, you click on the app, I'm here, and it unlocks and opens the locker for you. So you can just take what you've already purchased.
Right.
Which was convenient. It was really convenient. And then everything opened back up.
Yeah, that was pretty much the gist of it. So
yeah. Yeah, it's been, I don't know. They say there's still cases of it, but you don't hear much about it anymore, you know? Which, I mean, hey.
I think it's I'm not trying to downplay any of it for sure, but I think we're pretty much over it by now. So
yeah, well, yeah. But you had mentioned getting back on in the scene, on the online scene with gaming and whatnot. Like, what was the first thing you did? How did you ease back into that?
I mean, well, other than just normal play and kind of just finding things to do with friends, that was the most popular things to do before then. Other than streaming, we ended up, I started like a podcast of my own, things like that, and I don't know, just putting some content out there for people. I haven't been too much into streaming lately, but maybe at some point we'll get back to it.
Hey, I mean, streaming, man, that's, for me, streaming is all about playing games with friends and chatting with people. And the best way to do that is streaming, you know? So, but speaking of, you said you had a podcast. What's the name of that podcast?
So just recently we came out with it. Me and a couple other buddies. It's a gaming podcast, just on everything gaming, normal subjects, talking about different opinions, upcoming news, present news, anything in general, really. It's called the Damn Good Gaming Show, DAM. Good Gaming Show. It's really fun. We're having a good time with it, and we have we're trying to do an episode a week. We've had some struggles lately just because life, to put it in general, but but no, we're having a great time with it, and it's really starting to kick off, and we're pretty proud.
Hey, there you go. I was gonna say, doing this podcast, it started out as just something to do. I got a microphone, I had a PC, and great, fantastic. Like, it even got to the point where prior to what you see now with the video, for those that are listening to the podcast, that's where it started. It started on the podcast. I had a microphone splitter, and I had two lavalier mics, and I just, whoever I was interviewing, I would clip it on one and I'd clip the other one on me, and away we went.
Mhm.
But I definitely understand the whole life thing. It's hard to keep up with a podcast, surprisingly.
Yeah, and I mean, making sure you're staying in the know with all the content and stuff, especially uh, with whatever audience that you choose, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
can be tough.
for me, it's not as difficult with content. I mean,
Hmm.
as you know, the format, I very much enjoy picking 3 topics that whoever I'm interviewing is interested in, and
Yeah,
then we just discuss it. You
we
know,
are your content. No.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. I'm making I'm growing because of you guys and
yeah,
claiming it as my own.
yeah. You're welcome. No.
Hey, thanks. But you said so. The hardest part for you is to keep up with like the content that's coming out. So
Mm,
like with that being said, what game are you really looking forward to that's hasn't come out yet but is on its way?
hard to pinpoint just one.
If you had to choose
If I had to choose just one,
just one.
oh God. um, it's one that got announced last year,
Hmm.
and we have not seen very much on it at all. I mean, we've only seen the announcement teaser, and that's it.
Okay.
Uh, we're hoping at E3 that they'll finally give us some more juicy stuff on it, maybe a full trailer, or just something news wise. But the new Fable game would definitely be it for
Oh,
me, for sure.
okay. Okay.
It's been
Uh,
11 years since the last one.
I did
So
my waiting.
I'm ready for it for sure.
Oh, I honestly I have not kept up with the games that are coming out.
Mm,
I just haven't. So like for me, I have no clue what's coming out. I have no clue what game I'm looking forward to. Well, that's a lie. That's a lie. The Modern Warfare 2. I am
okay.
so ready for that. That's a lie. I totally forgot about it. You have to understand. So Modern Warfare 2 for me was like hands down my favorite of the Call of Duty franchise, just because I bought Call of Duty to play the campaigns. And for me, that is Modern Warfare 1
Mhm.
is a very close second, but Modern Warfare 2 as far as the campaign goes is my favorite.
Now, are you with this newer Modern Warfare 2, are you expecting the same feel as the past one?
I
Because can I let you in on a secret? You're not gonna get it.
Well, no. So I know that it's continuing the modern
Hmm.
modern warfare, you know. But I'm hoping that they can surprise me as much as I was surprised during that campaign.
Hmm.
I won't. I mean, I can say it. Screw it. It's been how many years? It's been
Yeah.
what 12 years.
Mm,
I am hoping for a surprise like Shepard, the one that
yeah.
did Shepard did. Oh man.
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean, I'm sure they'll bring back those people in some way, but
they
it
have to as
has
an homage.
it it's going to take a lot for it to not get trashed to the ground if they don't do it right.
uh,
So,
but see, that's the thing. I think they did the most recent Modern Warfare. I think they did it justice. They made it its own, but at the same time, still kept the soldiers you know and love. You know, in my opinion, it wasn't that. It was a out of the most recent Call of Duty franchises, it's been the best of the campaigns,
okay.
in my opinion. That's my opinion,
I'm
but I
just
mean,
they have a tall task at them. That's like
they
if they're
do.
wanting to like remake Black Ops 2. They got a
Yeah.
tall task of them.
I mean,
Otherwise, it will make nothing.
the gameplay that I saw, if that is what the gameplay is, I'm ready.
I'd be open to play it if they. So I've said it before. I'm not a huge fan of where Call of Duty has gone recently. Um, if they can dumb down the movement system and not make it so unrealistic. Then I
With
would be
slide
open to trying
cancels?
it again. Yeah, then I'd be open to trying it again if it was more realistic. But I don't know
Yeah. I
where it's
mean,
at right
hey.
now. I don't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Well, okay, so I go as far as saying that Modern Warfare 2 is in my top 5 favorite games of all time. Of all
Okay.
time. Top 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably ranked 5th, but of
Okay.
all time, right? What would out of all time, what is your favorite game? All time. All time
There's,
favorite.
there's no way that you can pick one.
Oh, okay, fine. Fine. Who's even in that discussion? What game is even in that discussion?
I'll tell you what. What do you think my favorite game is?
I mean, you said Fable, so I would have to say it's one of the Fable games.
But not number one.
Well, number one was kind of I mean, it was good, but
No. I'm saying like the Fable games are not my number one.
Oh, okay. I thought
one of them could be in my top 5 for sure, but
okay.
It's not my number one.
See, I don't know what consoles you've had.
A lot of them. A lot.
All right. Well, okay. So if we're going with a lot of them, most people say insert Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
No.
I mean, that's usually in their top 5 discussion. Insert one of the Mario games.
So
Super Mario Sunshine. That's a common one, which is surprising.
Does it have to be a past game?
It has to be a current game that's out.
For my number one?
Yes, because this is all time.
I'll give you a hint.
And it can't be Smite. Come on.
I still play it to this day.
Oh, come on. It can't be Smite.
It's the game I've been playing for almost 9 years. I mean,
I get that. Okay, all right, fine. I should have seen that one coming.
Other than Smite, I'll pick other than Smite because that's what I'm known for. Oh God, I don't know. Out of all the consoles and all the games, oh God.
I know it's a tough one.
Boy, I think if I had to pick one, it's hard to narrow the game down, but at least what it is at number one that I've spent so much time on and I grew up on and just like so much hours of enjoyment would have to be a Pokemon game.
That would have been in my guess as well.
Now there's a big contender for
Animal Crossing.
But it would definitely be a Pokemon game of some sort. I think if I had to narrow it down to maybe one that would probably be my favorite, I think Pokemon Stadium would probably be
really
a pretty big one from the N64. I played a lot of that.
That's a console I didn't have. I had the GameCube, and so I played Coliseum.
Yep,
and
still have it.
Gale of Darkness.
Yep.
You know, I played that. I have Pokemon Silver. I played a lot of Pokemon Silver. A lot of Pokemon Silver. But
yep. I think if Coliseum wasn't made by a secondhand company, mind you, they did a good job. But if it wasn't a secondhand company, I think it would be number one for sure. But I still play it.
Hey. So, I mean, you kind of answered the other question I was going to ask you, which is, what's your favorite current game you are playing?
It's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. So,
yeah, I was going to say it couldn't be, it couldn't be because you've played hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of this game, or that you were in a semi-pro team. That couldn't have any effect on that, would it?
Definitely not.
No. So I know that with hanging out with you, you and I are kind of very similar.
Okay. Oh shit.
In the aspect of you and I are both very much athletic nerds.
Okay.
Fair assessment, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you're very much into sports,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So like, if you had to choose just one to
Hmm.
watch, what's your favorite sport to watch?
Just one to watch.
Just watch, not play.
See, hmm, I'm gonna be a little different because I can easily name my one two, but for me personally, watching, and this we'll dive into it after, I'm sure, will be is bowling, hands down. Yep. Watching the
Hands down.
PBA, I'm a mega fan. It has to be
Okay.
that. But my number
Okay.
two, very quickly, is football, NFL for sure.
Okay. All right. So, speaking of bowling, like,
Mhm.
I know that you bowl.
No way. Do you?
What? No, no way.
Never done it in my life.
Never.
What's a bowling ball?
How does one even bowl?
Yeah.
Is that like what you eat cereal out of? How would you use that in
Mhm.
a sport?
Mhm.
Are you talking competitive eating?
Yeah.
So, what got you into bowling? Like, where did that start?
Um, so I think it started the majority when I was growing up. My dad and his brother, my uncle, were really big into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what they love to do, and they used to be on leagues and stuff.
Okay.
And so they would just take me and my brother out all the time to just go bowl. And honestly, back then, I really wasn't too into it. I didn't mind it for sure, but right around, man, would have been like 2010ish, I think.
Okay.
Um, I really started to like hardcore watch it because it was always on TV, like the Denny's PBA tour and stuff like that. And then I just like, I don't know, I was just infatuated with everything, and I just started nonstop watching it. When I went out, I tried, didn't win, but I tried because I was younger back then. And I just
Oh,
kind of went from there. I don't know. It I've always loved it, and now that I've started to get a little better.
just a
um
little,
yeah,
just a
just a
little.
little. um it's just my favorite. Yeah, I love it.
Okay. I mean, I used to bowl in a league back in high school, so that would have been like 2009 ish,
Hmm.
during that winter of 2008 into 2009. I actually got into a bowling league. So it was the only time that I actually was in a league. Out of my group that bowled, I was the top,
Hmm.
and that's with bowling, what, once a year maybe,
Hmm.
and so I'm like, oh, okay, and yeah, you still you still piss me off at the amount of spin you put on that pinball. Me, I never did spin. My hands just, I don't know, my hands couldn't handle it. I Even to this day, I had a couple people try to show me how to put spin. I just can't do it.
Hmm.
I've tried, I just can't do it. So what I do is I during that league, one of my buddy's dads showed me that you want to line up with the arrows, and you want to
Hmm.
line up at the same spot every single time. You got to find which one you want, and
Okay.
then you want to draw a straight line from your arrow to the arrow in the alley to right in between the head pin.
Okay.
And then if you're going to throw it straight, you're going to throw it with power, throw it right there.
Hmm.
And I did, and it works. It
Hmm.
works. It does. It does. I had you going for a little bit. Not a lot, just a
Yeah.
little.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's how I was taught, And so I don't know. I moving out here to where I'm at now. There's a bowling alley across the river, but I just haven't had a chance to get to it yet.
Hmm.
So
It's like I will go if anyone asks me at all if it's mentioned. I will never say no. I will always go whenever I can for sure.
Note that, viewers and listeners. Note that. Just ask him to go.
I'll be there for sure.
So, with that being said, if you had to choose an alley that's your favorite, which one that you've gone to without doxing where you live, do you have a favorite?
I mean, I feel like it's going to be kind of biased because it's where I get all my equipment, but also where I've bowled my highest score.
Oh.
So it's going to be a place called Monitor Lanes.
Okay.
Just the feel of it. I mean, that's where I grew up bowling, and I'm just comfortable there. Every time I go there, I have no problem.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I mean, hey, it always helps that that's where you get your equipment from. I mean,
yes. Well, so the thing is, and it's like, and that's an interesting question too, because it's like, what alley do you like the best? Because even though, and a lot of people don't understand this too with bowling, is even though the alleys are just, it's a bowling alley, they all have lanes, whatever, they all look the same, blah blah blah. They don't feel the same to someone who bowls and tries and actually takes it seriously.
Oh, so that's what you did when we bowled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Each alley puts different oil in different spots, and it does have different feels.
They all feel different, and if you can bowl in a house that you feel comfortable in, that you've done a lot, it makes a huge difference for sure.
I mean, hey, that's you're not wrong. And so around here, there's one across the river, but then there's one down the river. But that one's more of like it's a bar with a bowling alley. It's not a bowling alley with a bar.
And I mean that feel thing is the same thing for pretty much almost any sport. I mean, you're gonna have your home field, you're gonna have away fields. They look the same, but they're gonna feel different. Same thing.
So I gotta go. I haven't gone to the one across the river. I've been to the one down the river. I just gotta go to it and see if I like it.
Yeah,
because I very much would love to go get back into bowling. So
let me teach you a thing or two.
Oh, okay.
It's only done by showing you.
Yeah. Teach me a thing or two by making me mad, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is how you put spin on it. Watch this.
Yep. Just need the magic hands.
But that's the thing. I have giant, like, farmer's hands. Like,
I understand.
I have that farmer feel. It's just straight and hard.
Oh, we need context. Anyways.
Oh man, if only this was streamed, and that would have been a clip right there.
Oh man.
But you said you used to watch bowling. Do you still keep up with that?
Absolutely.
All right. So right now, who's your favorite pro?
Right now, and since 2008 or 9, it will always be, anyone who knows anything in the bowling world will always be the GOAT. Jason Belmonte, Belmo. He's just the best. He's who I draw my inspiration from, who I've taught myself from, because I've never had any help myself. No one's ever taught me anything. It's always I've self-taught myself everything to the littlest detail. From watching him, and as a lot of people around the world do, because he's the GOAT. That would be him for sure, and he's still going strong.
So why him? Why do you say he's the GOAT? Has he won the most? I'm not familiar with the Pro Bowling League.
I mean, how much time do we got?
I mean, is he the one with the most wins? Is he?
So in the bowling world, there are normal. I mean, same thing with like golf and stuff. There's normal titles and there's major titles.
Okay.
He holds the record by far for the most major titles.
Okay.
And that's the big one that people really care about. For the test of time, for like 50 years, since the 70s, the record was 10 majors for the longest time. He now has 14. And he in
Okay.
total has 30 titles, and
Jeez, oh
14
man.
of them are majors. He just did five titles this season, which is no one's ever done that since 1988.
Dang. Okay.
And he just tied Walter Ray for 7th all-time player of the year award. So he's a beast for sure. Holds so many records. I can go on for hours, but
So the Tom Brady of bowling.
he's the Tiger Woods of bowling. He's the Tom Brady of bowling. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean,
sure.
hey. Yeah, that's like I said, I've seen it on TV. I just haven't had a chance to really watch, So,
my friends all hate me for it, but whenever they're with me, I put it on and I say, "You're gonna watch this, and you're gonna like it."
All right.
So, yeah, definitely him.
Okay. So, bowling's your favorite to watch, right? Bowling's your favorite sport to watch. If, and I'm assuming I know the answer to this one, if the cost was completely covered, if the cost was completely covered, front row seats, what would you go to? What game? Like what event?
Well, that's two different things. A game or an event.
Well, see, that's the thing. Is a bowling match? Is it called a match? Is it called what is it? An event?
A tournament.
Tournament. Okay, so that's why I say event.
Sure.
But if it was covered, front row seats.
In bowling, it depends because it's going to depend on who is bowling for that tournament. So if say Belmo was bowling for that tournament, I think the one that I would like to go to, it's always a banger every year. It's called the PBA Tour Finals, and the venue that they have it at is just, it's awesome. It's a sick bowling venue that they go to. Like I would kill to go there.
That's your number one. That's
front row. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It wouldn't be like the Super Bowl.
Nope.
Really?
Yep.
Even if you're a Detroit Lion, I'm sorry, you're not a Detroit Lion fan.
No.
Who's your team? Is it the Patriots?
Yeah, it's the Pats.
Okay, so if they were in the Super Bowl again,
I mean, sure, that'd be cool, but
that wouldn't be your one you'd go to, though.
No, if I can meet them, maybe, but I have a better chance at meeting.
So let's switch that up a little bit, okay? Because I'm curious now. So, your favorite team or competitor, like Belmo, you had an all-access pass, luncheon with them, go on the fields, meet and greet, locker room, dressing room, whatever.
Take a shower with them. Where is this
going? But I'm saying like the all access pass you could get. Like some of these people's families don't even get this.
Definitely Belmo.
Okay. Hey, listen.
For sure.
I figured as much with you liking bowling and that being your boy. But yeah, I mean, still got to give some competition, right? Some incentive to see if it would change. But no, okay.
No.
All right.
He's my boy for sure.
So I hate to go back to bowling. But like, okay, so to better understand it, these tournaments, so obviously it's 10 frames, right? But it must be multiple, right?
Yeah. So the way they usually structure it is a step ladder.
Okay.
So they'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 seeds
that
they'll qualify during the week in match play and things like that you won't see on TV. But through the week on the event, they'll qualify the step ladder finals for that show. 1 through 5 seeds, and then they'll step ladder it. So 4 and 5 seed go off. Whoever wins that faces the 3 seed, 2 seed, 1 seed, and so on.
Okay.
So
it's kind of like a Pokemon gym.
Yeah. Sure. But yeah, it's just single game, 1 out of 10 frames. So
okay, because I know like golf, it's a little different. They play the course like 4 times.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like, why are you playing 18 holes 4 different times just to figure out who won?
Yeah.
It's golf. 1 run through. Whoever has the best score has the best score.
Yeah, I agree.
And
But the thing watching bowling too is like what makes these different these events so special is whether they be a team event, a major, a normal title, whatever, the way they keep it, the difficulty high for these pros and the variety between the shows is the oil on the lanes and how they have to adapt, what equipment they have to use. Depending on the show, it could be in a different pattern, it could be a different volume, and that's going to completely determine how the ball reacts and how you're going to throw it that week. So it's really cool, and seeing how these pros adapt to that and then perform under pressure, it's really cool.
Okay, so like I think I've seen an event once or twice, so they always, similar to when you just go to bowl for fun, you're in one lane, but it's 2 lanes that are usually in one section. And if I remember correctly, they alternate, right? So you'll bowl 1 lane for your first frame, and then you'll go to the one beside it for your second frame, right?
Yeah, so they alternate. So when they're going against someone, whoever the higher seed decides if they want to start or go second, and that usually determines which lane they're going to finish on.
Okay.
And that all depends on what the reaction is, if they're comfortable, whatever. So
for those that are listening, he just scrunched up his glasses to
go nerd mode.
Really nerd out on this.
Yeah. But the person who decides to start will start on they'll be on a pair of lanes, so 1 ball return, 2 lanes. The first person will start on the left lane, then they'll take their first shot and they'll come off. Then the second person will start on the right lane, throw their shot, and then when they're done there, alternate to the other lane, and then they'll do 2. So first person will do 1, second person will come up, do 2, and then the other person will come back and do 2 and 2 and 2, and then they'll finish.
Okay, so it's 1 2 2 1 1 2 2 1 1, as in bowler. Like bowler number 1
does 1.
Bowler number 2, bowler number 2.
So going over this again, yeah. So start the first bowler when they start a match. We'll start on the left lane. Yeah, start on the left lane.
They'll bowl that frame.
Just that frame. Then they'll come off.
Yes.
Second bowler will go right lane, left lane, come off. First bowler will go back, right lane, left lane, get off.
And each of these are framed.
They just rotate. Yeah.
So okay, no, that's what I was trying to get at. Is they'll per frame. It's
yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So
each frame's a different lane. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that I and the viewers got a little.
That's fair.
Got a little more educated about this. No, I'm actually interested. I really am.
I don't buy that for a second.
I'm dead serious. Like I said, I told you, I wanted to watch it. I've wanted to watch it for a while. My family didn't. So, I mean.
I said I could go on and answer whatever questions, but for the sake of this episode, we'll keep it short.
So, outside of bowling, did you play any other sports?
I did. Like in school or like
just period
in general.
I mean, I'm mostly going for school, but I mean in general. Like, do you play
that's
any
the general
sports?
place that people played sports anyway. Like at the time, but I so when I was a kid, I played soccer. I did a little bit of tennis. Hated. And then middle school, all through middle school and some high school, I was on the basketball team.
Okay.
And did that for a while. So.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is there's another sport you and I are gonna have to.
Oh, I'm horrible at it now. It's been forever, and I can't do it. But
That's all right. Neither can I. I was a 3-point guy. I'm not going to take you on one-on-one. I will fake going in, come back out, and shoot the 3.
yeah,
That was me.
And then other than like backyard football with friends and stuff, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm playing basketball in school was really fun. We got to go travel to different schools and stuff like that and beat their ass. So it was fun.
No thanks to you. I mean, I'm sure you were just a bench warmer, right?
Yeah.
Well, I know that some schools have like a club sport, right? Like I coached at a school district where ultimate frisbee was a club sport. Lacrosse was a club sport. Yeah, I know, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So did your school have like a bowling club?
It wasn't I mean, they kind of did. It wasn't, they didn't have it in middle school, but they had it in high school. But at the time I really wasn't serious into actually bowling at that time like I am now. So I didn't bother with it at all. I probably would have if I was how I was now, definitely. But yeah, back then they had it, but I didn't bother.
I mean, hey.
So I wish I would have though.
Yeah, you said you hated tennis. I played tennis for 1 season in high school.
Hate it.
I played my senior year in high school.
That's so boring.
I was out of everyone on the team, there was only one person I couldn't beat regularly.
Mm-hmm.
I would win a set, but he'd win the match.
Yeah.
Like it was, I made him work for it though. Oh, did I make him work for it? He was really good. Travis Weaver. I'll name drop. Screw it, Travis. You're not even going to listen to this anyways. And I doubt anybody who does. Suck it, Travis.
You couldn't let him win one, huh?
Dude, I fought for it too. It would go 7-6 first set for him, 7-6 second set for me, and then he'd beat me on the third, like 6-4. And I'm like, oh, come on. Like it was rough.
Yeah, I hated it.
Yeah.
It's just
listen. But see,
I play ping pong.
See that my coach actually put me at number 1 doubles. So I worked on it because at my parents' house, there's this chimney that isn't used. The previous owner concreted it off, and now it's a closet inside their bedroom, right? So on the outside of the house, it's grass, right? And so you don't want the ball to hit the grass. Right. So what I would do is I'd hit it really hard against this brick wall, and as it would hit the brick wall, I had to be really good about returning that. So like I would play the net. Most people would play the net at the net, like 2 steps back from it. Oh no. I was like 5 steps away from the net and still playing the net because I was a backboard. It's how I learned. And if you want to lob it over me, okay, A, I have a teammate. If he doesn't get it, B, you lobbing me most likely means that it's out.
Yeah.
So, number 1 doubles, we won a lot. A lot. The only thing that I wasn't good at is my serve. Gotcha. I sucked at the serve.
You know, I was pretty good. I mean, in that same kind of category too. I was pretty good, and it wasn't in school or anything. It was just like backyard. But volleyball was pretty fun. Really? Yeah. Okay. I was a fucking hell of a volleyball player. Let me tell you,
dude. I used to always play in the yard. Well, like my family would put posts up, and we'd put the net across, and we'd even measure it out and spray paint the line, and but my school only had a girls' team. We never had a guys' team. So had we had a team, I would have been.
You still could have fit in. It's fine.
Hey, whoa. I mean, don't get me wrong. The soccer team up until my junior year was co-ed. We didn't have enough players.
Mm-hmm.
And then they tried to get it a girls team, and they did. Their first year, my high school, their first year, they were District 5 champions. Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yep. So we're at that segment at the end of the show, at the end of the podcast episode, where I like to give it out to my guest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell everyone, what do you got working on? What you working on? What you got going for you? You already said about your podcast.
Yep.
Which
so
is
that's the big one.
Damn Good Podcast. Damn Good Gaming.
Damn Good Gaming Show. Is the logistics of it. But yep, that's the big one.
Where can they find that?
Damn Good Gaming Show you can listen to on either Anchor, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. That's where it's at right now. So I've been having some trouble getting on Google, like the Google side of things, but we're getting there. But yep, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Anchor are the big ones. So just Damn Good Gaming Show.
Okay.
On Twitch side of things, getting back to streaming or anything like that, I'm sure it'll happen soon. I've been hitting a roadblock on that lately, but I'm sure at some point we'll be getting back in the swing of things. I really want to get back to streaming some Pokemon. I know I had some fans out there who loved playing that with me, doing it, playing those older games, going through the gyms and everything like that. It was a good time. So I do miss that. And then whenever we get a good Smite squad going, that's always fun to stream too. So
I mean, hey, I will support / carry wherever, whenever.
Perfect.
Maybe to a loss, but you know.
All right.
So they can find you at twitch.tv/
Snapdaxx.
With 2 X's.
TV says Snap. Yep, 2 X's at the end of that. And then Damn Good Gaming Show.
All right. Hey. Well, I appreciate you hopping on the podcast. Always a fun time. Always a fun time.
Appreciate you having me, Paco. It was a blast.
All right. I will catch you guys on the next episode. So I hope you liked the video. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Share it with a friend. Share it with your family. That lets me know that you enjoyed the content that I put out there. That lets me know what you want to see. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one.